So, I, as some of you may know, have started um, making changes in my life. Um, I just felt like it was time. Well, I felt like it was time for a while, but I've been having like a really hard time with it, and I'm doing it. Like I'm doing the nutrition, but like the only workout I've been able to make myself do is the ab workout. It's only like 12 minutes. And so I've been like really down on myself. And I was like, what the fuck is wrong with me? and so this morning I was trying to find like something, I guess, to grab onto to help me understand like what's going on. Um, And so I was listening to a podcast with Chris Downing. And if you don't know who Chris Downing is, he's the creator of Shift Shop and Proving Grounds. He is one of the most real people that I have ever heard. The things that he talks about, like on coach calls, it seriously gets at your core. And it's so refreshing to hear somebody like that because I am that way. But my life experience has told me that people don't like that. And they don't. So I just wanted to kind of share something that was on my heart from something that he was talking about. Sorry. um, One of the questions he asks is, what is your biggest struggle? And a lot of people say, consistency, mindset, nutrition, getting down on myself, um, talking to others, believing in myself, stuff like that. And the things that he focuses on the most is like the root issue. So, like for me, I was writing down what is my biggest struggle, and mine is doing the workout. And I was like, why? And so I wrote it down and I said, I'm terrified of starting and stopping. I hate inconsistency. I hate being inconsistent. It's like I start doing it and I'm doing good, and then for whatever reason, I fucking crash it into a wall. It's literally my life story. And so then he started talking about how important it is to be real, like when you're talking to other people. And he said people project their insecurities onto others. And it got me thinking, and so I wrote that down, and then I said, we project our insecurities and fears onto others. It's human nature, whether we or they mean to or not, it is life. And so how do I figure out what has been projected onto me that stuck to me, that became attached to me and literally sucks that vibrancy out of me? How do I figure that out? And I didn't really have an answer right away, and then I did, and I didn't like the answer, but the answer was by feeling. And I kind of was like writing to myself, and I said, you don't want to feel because you feel so much, and what you feel is messy and revealing, and people don't like being revealed. Because a lot of times we hate ourselves so much we can't live with what we see. So we accessorize it, We dress it up, we cover it up with makeup so no one can see what's underneath, because we can't even bear to see it ourselves. And we'll do whatever it takes to maintain that lie or that image that we've created to cover up what's underneath. And after I wrote that, I realized that it is so incredibly important for us as individuals to speak our truth. Our truth is not going to look like somebody else's truth always. Yeah, there's going to be similarities, and someone's truth might speak to you in such a way that it inspires you. Or somebody's truth could be so raw and so revealing that you hate it and you just want it to go away. And so we talk shit about it, or we come up with rationales to try to disintegrate what they're saying so that we can stay where we are. And I realized that when I was my healthiest and I was working out, and I'm not talking about working out is a physical fruit, so to speak. So think of it as like a tree. So a tree, if it's a fruit tree, it blossoms, it blooms, and it grows fruit. And we can see the fruit, but we can't see all of the things that go on in order to make that fruit. And it all starts in the roots. The roots of the tree are what bring forth everything. And as a society, I feel we are so caught up in the fruit, in the things that we see, that it's so distracting to us that nobody gets to the root of why these things are happening, or why we can't produce better fruit. And so, anyway, when let's just lost my train of thought. So when I was like my healthiest, and my truth was very loud and strong, and I didn't compromise, and that hurt. It caused some decisions to be made that others didn't agree with, and that's fine. They don't have to. But here I am 2 years later, and I feel like I have almost apologized for my truth, and am going right back to what suppressed my own truth, and I feel suppressed. And so as much as I didn't want to do this video, and I don't even know if I'm gonna post it, but when you don't speak your truth, which is you don't say what's true to you, you don't, like, in your core, you can feel it, it's what flows in your veins. When you don't say that, and you don't call out something that tries to suppress your truth, tries to make you not think the way you think, or not feel the way that you feel, when you don't identify that for what it is, and you are silent and you let that keep going on, it eats away at you. It sucks the life out of you. It kills your potential. And so I kind of am doing this video for myself to say that I'm going to speak my truth. And if you don't understand my truth, and you don't understand where my heart is in it, or the cost that I have to pay for speaking my truth. Sometimes when we speak our truth, loved ones don't understand. And things are said or done that can't be undone. But you have to decide, are you going to be true to who you are, true to where you want to go, or are you going to conform, or are you going to stifle that fire to fit in whatever mold or mindset people have of you? Like, we can't do that. As a society, I feel like that is what is wrong with our society, is everyone is so caught up in all this fluff. It's like froth, you know? It's not the core issue. And everyone argues about what the core issue is. So I don't even get into it, but my point is, if we can't be true to ourselves, if we can't be honest and real and brave enough to be vulnerable, then how do we expect our society as a whole to flourish? Because we are not flourishing as individuals. That's my point. And I know it took 12 minutes for me to get to it, but I just really want to encourage you, if you're not speaking of something because you're afraid of the consequences that those words will have, if that is how you feel with everything in your core, damn the consequences. Damn them, because that's who you are, and you are cutting part of who you are off, trying to fit in something that you're not. So, just be real. And with that being said, I'm going to go do my workout. Because I'm going to be real. And I'm going to be brave. And I'm going to speak my truth. And if bad shit happens, bad shit happens. Shit's always going to happen. Right? Alright, well, I hope everyone has a great rest of their day.